Hello, 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 everybody. Coach MJ here. I am just doing this test for tonight's event. I'm moving myself over into the left-hand corner of the screen, and we will start this presentation. So, what is the Pomodoro technique? Today we'll look at the steps, the different steps. And as you can see by the introduction here, the table of contents, there are 6 steps. We will also go through the benefits of Pomodoro technique, and we will talk a little bit about getting you started today using the Pomodoro technique. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with us today. It's so exciting to have you here. I love sharing tools and ways of making life easier for all of my entrepreneurial friends. So first of all, what is the Pomodoro technique? It's a time management process that you can use where it will help you with your focus and it will help you with managing your time. And I often will say, you really can't manage your time because everybody has the same amount of time in their day, 24 hours. So what I like to look at is activities that you have to get done to achieve the goals that you've set or the intent of your day activities. So what the Pomodoro technique does is it enhances the way that you're able to manage by breaking work into focused intervals, by promoting productivity, and makes your time more efficient. The use of your time becomes more efficient. There are several intervals that are called Pomodoro, which last total of 25 minutes. It's followed by a 5-minute break between each interval where you can refresh, recharge, just take a breath, do some meditation, de-stress, whatever it is that you need to do to get you going for the next task. This method is ideal for minimizing distractions and for improving overall focus. It benefits both your personal and your professional tasks. It is widely loved for its simplicity and effectiveness by transforming how people handle time and tasks. And so now I'm going to turn off my camera and I am going to see what happens to my little face. I moved it to the middle of the screen at the very top next to the number 1 on the first slide. And I am going to turn my video off. Okay, so now I just have my picture and I'm going to minimize my picture. And now all I see is this little black box that says talking, and I'm moving it to the left side of the screen. So the first step in the Pomodoro effect is choose a task. So you'll want to be sure that you are identifying the tasks that you have listed for that goal that you are working for. And you want to choose the first task, which is the foundation to your goal. In other words, you cannot reach your goal unless you accomplish this task. And you can't accomplish the next task until this step is completed. So the steps needed to reach the goal and other strategies are the first steps that you're going to be taking in line with reaching your goal. So the first thing that you might want to do is gather all your necessary materials to ensure that your work is uninterrupted during the Pomodoro session. And this preparation sets a clear intention and direction for your focused work session. Choosing a task is the foundation of a productive Pomodoro experience. And then step 2. So I'm going to go back. So when we talk about gathering everything that you're going to need as far as materials are concerned for your interrupted work during a Pomodoro session, we're talking about making sure you have your timer, make sure you have all distractions turned off, whether it be notifications on your phone or your tablet, or maybe it's hanging a sign outside your office door saying do not disturb. Maybe it's decluttering your desk so that all you have on your desk is the notebook or the paperwork that you're working on, or the list of tasks that you're working towards, so that you can stay focused. And then you're going to start with the very first step of setting your timer for 25 minutes. You want to mark the beginning of your Pomodoro, which is a focused work period. You want to utilize the timer. It could be a physical timer, it could be your phone. They do have a Pomodoro app that you can download and use when you're doing this process to keep track. And the timer serves as a countdown, which creates a sense of urgency and focus on your task. You might want to set a 10-minute warning maybe on your timer, because I often find myself, when I'm timed myself for an activity that I'm working on, I'm distracted because I want to see how much time do I have left. I want to make sure I'm on track. I don't want to get myself into a position where I feel bad towards myself because I didn't accomplish that task that I set out to do. You don't want to be distracted with that. So you could set a timer that says 10 minutes left or 5 minutes left or whatever, if that's you and if that's something that you need to do. But I just want to say that you really don't need to do that. If you can purposefully just start focusing on that task that you're working on. You know you've got 25 minutes. You start focusing on your task. You stay focused. You work. The timer goes off. Ding! You just finished a sentence, but you didn't finish the task. It's okay. Give yourself permission, because establishing a boundary will enhance your productivity and it will help maintain your concentration. But you also have to have that mental attitude about positivity and reminding yourself that it's okay if you didn't complete this first step completely. Now, that will depend on exactly what that step is. For example, maybe your task is to create 3 pieces of video content for the week. And you're working on your video content, the timer goes off and you've only got 2 pieces of that content done. Now you can just step away, take your break, your 5-minute break. You can come back, set the timer again, and pick up where you left off, so that when you're done with that specific task, that you know if you don't complete this task, you can't move on to the next step. I hope this makes sense. Anybody have any questions? Let me know. Raise your hand, come off mute. Now, the third step is work on the task. So like I stated in the step 2, where you've got the task that you're working, you've got 25 minutes dedicated to your task. You are engaged with no interruptions. When distractions arise, this is another tip that you can use. You can write down the distraction, whatever it is. Maybe your child came in and said, Mom, I'm ready for lunch. And you say, okay, give me a few more minutes and I'll be right there. Write down, you got to do lunch in 2 minutes or whatever. Estimate how many Pomodoros a task might require and plan your workday accordingly. So if, for example, the example that I gave earlier was that you have to get 3 pieces of video content done before you can move to your next step. How many Pomodoros will that take? Is 25 minutes enough time? And you may have to do trial and error. You may say to yourself, well, yeah, I'm only doing 5-minute videos. So if I have to do 3, that's 15 minutes. So that should give me plenty of time. Go ahead, go for it. But if those 5-minute videos, that timing of 5 minutes does not include setup time, lighting, testing, or whatever it is, you probably won't get 3 pieces of content, usable content, done in 25 minutes, which is okay. Reduce, now you know, reduce your task to 2 5-minute videos or whatever the case may be. The undivided attention fosters a deeper engagement with better outcomes. And then here's your break. After your 25-minute alarm goes off, your timer will ring. Indulge in a 5-minute break to relax, rejuvenate, get up, go get a drink of water, maybe walk outdoors, maybe go out and just sit in the sun for a couple of minutes, or take in some fresh air. Maybe just sit quietly and listen for a sound off in the distance so you can concentrate on that. Maybe look with your eyes and see if you can find anything in the trees, and maybe you've spotted a beautiful bird. Watch the beautiful bird for a few minutes. Whatever it is to refresh yourself, because short breaks are essential to maintaining motivation and to prevent burnout over time. This balance is key to sustaining your productivity. Sitting at a desk, whether you work for someone else or you work for yourself, for an hour and a half, 2 hours, or even 4 hours without taking a break is not as productive as doing this process. And you might want to test it out for yourself. And if you've tested it and you've got some great results, you could share it with your boss and say, look, what do you think about this? Because I got more things done in the same amount of time that I would have doing what you want us to do with no breaks. Just a suggestion here, guys. Now, the 5th step is you just repeat this process. You keep cycling this process through your workday by taking those breaks for 4 Pomodoros, which total 100 minutes of focused work. Now, 100 minutes is equal to like an hour and just a little over an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes of focused work. Regularly integrating this technique into your routine will build habits that enhance productivity. The structure helps in achieving tasks efficiently while keeping fatigue at bay, because consistency makes focused work a natural part of your day. And I know for myself that I don't sit and work at my desk for hours at a time. I might do 30 minutes, I might do 40 minutes at the most, but I always will do a task and then I will get up, walk away, go take a break, and come back and continue on with where I left off. Now, step 6 is at the end of your 90 minutes or 100 minutes, at the end of your 4 Pomodoros, you're going to take a longer break, which is a 15 to a 30-minute break to recharge your energy. Because energy in engaging in activities that relax you, like walking or enjoying a meal or finding your balance, is more rewarding than not taking a break at all. This longer rest period is crucial for sustaining productivity and preventing overwhelm. And it also helps to reset your attention span, reset your clarity, because taking care of your well-being enhances your overall performance and satisfaction. And then finally, the benefits of the Pomodoro technique. Why use it? Well, as you can see by this slide, there are several benefits. You streamline team communication. Your team can be working together on the same timeline, working together, collaborating, and then everybody takes that 5-minute break at the same time. So you don't have any one person sitting off to the sideline saying, where'd everybody go? They've left me here all by myself. And it helps to limit the distractions, because let's tell the truth, guys, we are going to get distracted, and we do get distracted. But this helps to reduce those distractions. It also reduces mental fatigue, because I know for myself, when maybe I'm under the wire and I had a project that I was working on that I have to deliver, and I didn't get as much time spent on it like I wanted to. Now I'm on crunch time and I got to get in there and double check my my spelling, double check my slides, go over everything, make sure everything's all set and ready to go. And I spend an hour and a half or 2 hours going through it because I want to make sure everything's correct. When I'm done, I have to get up away from the desk and go and get away for 2, 3, 4 hours just to re-energize my mind, because when my mind is fatigued, I don't see spelling errors. I miss what I'm looking at, and it's not a complete sentence or whatever it might be. So this process, again, that helps with focus, because if you can reduce your mental fatigue, it'll increase your focus. And it makes you feel better about what you're doing. So it helps to retain your motivation, and it enhances project planning. I think that this makes planning your projects fun. So it promotes a sense of accountability and motivation, driving people to stay on track. Overall, it transforms time management into a systemic and enjoyable process. Now, getting started today. Today, commit to taking action. Now that you know the steps, it's time to implement the Pomodoro technique in your daily routine. So let's have a little chat. Let's talk about a task that you know you need to do. Let's have a communication about what your day might look like in the future using the Pomodoro effect. And then here is a sample Pomodoro.
one of the like or four apart. Why didn't you just divorce it? Why go to all that trouble just telling me to pack his bags and away?
Well, you know, the hints, you know,
Yeah.
Good night. Yeah. Come on, please. All right, call around on the way to the reunion tonight. We'll talk things. All right, so I take it you are going to the reunion. Hey, you got to be right. You definitely take the building. Hey, that's already always maybe a little bit more like the next time. Hey, you know, of course, don't we? Putting together our bodies looking down there. That's a lot I always like. Nothing can sever the bonds that are around us now. Nothing can sever the bonds that are around us now. You make it totally feel. Is that what I'm doing? How about we get one of the original folks put together? We are looking at come on, here. What a band of brothers. What a band of brothers. Our blood brothers, not we got. Sorry, what the hell are you doing? Maybe a little later, Rory, a little later when he sobered up a little, you know how it is. Hey, what's wrong? Give him the thing. Okay, let's go. Sorry, this will be a bloody reunion. I'll give him a big assignment. Let's go. Let's go. Let's be a bloody reunion. Get off me. Get off. Where are we going? We're taking you home. Oh, where the hell is that? Come on. I'll make my own way back. Come on, let's go. No. I'll tell you a little secret, man. I'm not as drunk as you think I am.
Trying to get you better, don't it? That's the guy for it. And we got a fire up the starboard there, up in the wreck. Here we go, Dave. That's number 3. Get the Bible. Give that to a fun. Take the fun out. Thank you, David. You're a gentleman and a scholar. But now, mid-20s hasn't been in the water very long. Our Robert friend here, yeah. Let me go, Dave. Now we found this, he's not pocket. Continue college class and running through the reunion. Oh, that'll be all right. And they would make a little bit too easy now, wouldn't they? That's the thing about ink and water, you know, you put them together and stop. This is going for forensics, Dave. Relax, this is Italy's lapel. Oh, amazing. I'm in Holland. That's what I'm going. Yeah. Let me try them. And,
You'll just come tell me the names of the boys, right?
Dave Brooklyn, Darcy Knowles, Gary McPhee, Simon. Miss what skulls we had had. Certainly gave the president quite a hammering at the regatta yesterday. Of course, Simon, well, he wasn't up to it. Another old boy took his place.
When did you last see your son?
He was at the regatta, and he dropped by here on his way to the reunion last night.
And were you close? Did you see a lot of it?
Oh, I bet have problems, but maybe Simon and I are closer than him. Can you explain what type of mood Simon was in last night? I realise you feel you have to ask that question, because you can dismiss any idea that Simon's death was anything but a tragic accident. In fact, he was in a very positive mood last night. He came to tell me he decided to go back to university.
Hey, just wanted to say, do you want to talk? That doesn't matter. Father will tell you everything you need to.
I don't think there's anything else to say.
Yeah.
Sure you appreciate that, but I think to attend to.
Yeah, of course.
If you need to know anything more about last night, I suggest you get in touch with Shane Bookman. He's a junior master at Kingsmere these days. And he was the one that organised the reunion. Thank you, Mr. Hall. Thank you. Well, yeah, very well. Then same you. Say you were close. It's been a long time since anyone's ever been close to Simon, but at school, though, yeah. You live at home alone? No, he lives with his sister. That Christy, take your breath and go ahead, but no time.
What would you say the relationship with his family was like? With his sister, it was good, but not with his dad. I mean, Douglas and Simon have hardly spoken for years.
All right, well, it surprised you then that Simon spoke to his dad twice yesterday?
Yeah, what did Douglas say that? Oh, that's Douglas. He used to teach here, didn't he? Yeah, he was a former headmaster. And he had pretty high expectations of Simon.
Right, what were the problems then?
And Douglas's disappointed expectations, mostly. I mean, he was unhappy with the kind of life Simon chose to live. Oh, yeah, what kind of life was that? He became a bit of a loner. He drank a lot. He worked on a building site on and off, and just became a bit of a lost soul, really. You just seen Simon Collins in the function last night. Yeah, he was making a bit of a spectacle of himself. He was pretty drunk. I offered to give him a lift home, but he insisted on walking off on his own. I mean, should have stopped him. So why didn't you? Short of physically restraining, what was I supposed to do? Okay, well, do you think it's possible that Simon Collins could have taken his own life? No, isn't an accident a more likely explanation? Yeah. But, you know, his father and Shane Bookman, I don't know what they were talking about, two different people.
Dorian, he's straight, right? But did you see what's going on between Amy and the father? That father is lying.
Oh, no, lying's a bit strong. I mean, you know, it can't be feeling to admit himself, and especially to someone else, if you don't trust himself.
Something's going on. He was lying. That Amy, she was angry, very angry about something. You also want to have a chat to you about Simon? Well, we haven't told you.
Yeah, we got a feeling that you didn't agree with some of the things your father said earlier today.
You know, my father and I disagree about a lot of things, but it's still is. Well, we hope that's all it is. Look, you need to see someone through. He's a bit of a long way. I didn't read the door like that. Hey, it's gone. Look, Amy was saying she doesn't think anything is going on. Not that I know.
What's his purpose to think?
Dolphin. That's Colin's going around in the club.
Gene Nicholas?
Can you get me out of the station? Yeah, I can see there. Hey, you know, here on your own?
Yeah, I'll be
Go
along.
and see Jack, okay?
No worries.
I'll see you, doctor, won't you?
Yeah, sure. Someone always leave the switch on?
Say that, Richard.
No, touch this. You want some of this?
No?
Someone have any floppy disks?
Yeah. In a box on his desk, but I don't know where they're from.
So they've been stolen. Well, there's some information on his hard drive that's all been erased.
No.
Don't sitting there in the bar, but no cigar, right? Detective Sergeant Jack Christie, Detective Ghost, Darcy Knowles, how are you?
Yeah, I saw your photo at Colin's house.
Oh, the old Club Squad photo. Yeah, Shane Bookman said he might be paying us a visit today. Yeah, you both work here? Yeah, well, I'm in charge of the project. It's being run by my family company. And Gary here works for us as an associate engineer.
Right, Simon used to work for you too, didn't he?
Sure did. Show me arrangement. Well, Sergeant, when you go to a school like Kingsmere, you make friendships that last a lifetime. I go to class of chows together, stays together. I'll just sort of workstation. I can show you around the place.
I just want to ask you a few questions for that one. You were at the reunion the other night, weren't you?
Yeah?
Yeah, did you talk to Simon?
In passing.
And what was his mood?
Well, Simon really only had two moods, drunk and very drunk. Ah, he sounds like a great guy to have on the building site. Well, as I said before, Sergeant, when you go to a school like Kingsmere, you make friendships that last.
Our son's father was saying something about you going to university.
Well, if he said that, then I'm sure that he was. Well, Carl, they should have a pretty good view when they finish. What would one of these units be worth? Well, as the old saying goes, Sergeant, you have to ask, you can't afford it. But no, you know, it's amazing what you can put by with a little overtime, and I reckon we'll be racking up the hours on this one. Yeah, we'll see. See you later, Sergeant. Don't tell me that. Classic Darcy, you know, I wouldn't get up your name.
Oh, right, just what I'm talking about.
I mean, he's not the only one that keeps tabs on his old schoolmates, you know. There's a couple out of my year that are in Long Bay right
Yeah,
now.
Michael's waiting for you upstairs and he's got someone with him. Oh, did he get an X-ray? I don't think so. He has put on a clean suit though.
That's not one of mine.
Well, wear one of your
Because of the
suits.
taste, if I've got nothing else, might never get taken up the taste. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Amy's had to think about things, and she says that she might know what was on the floppy disk.
About family secret. About 6 years ago, son had a breakdown. Because his last year of school, you know. Up until then, he could have done anything, but something happened and he was never the same again.
Right, what was it?
I don't know. Well, whatever it was, Darcy and I had something to do with it, you know. I mean, Darcy, my father, and others have been trying to keep something locked away, and you know, I now think it's got something to do with someone being suicide. It's just, that's really not much to go on, actually. Look, you people have been told a lot of lies, especially from my father. You know, Simon was talking about going back to university. What a load of. Simon couldn't even tie his own shoelaces sometimes, you know?
I don't think that maybe just your father and others were trying to avoid the scandal of suicide.
I think, no, I don't know.
You want to tell me about Darcy, no?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. Control freak and utter bastard, and he always has been.
He obviously kept your brother at work.
Yeah, he kept my brother at work, so I could keep tabs on him, you know? I wish I could have done something to stop Simon working for that bastard, but what could I have done? What could I have done?
Okay. So what you're saying is that you think that Darcy had something to do with Simon's death? Yes.
Yeah, right, what? I mean, what, how? In the end, I think she got too much excited. He was driven to do what he did. Well, now, I want whatever happened to my brother 6 years ago to come out in the open, and whoever's responsible for making his life hell to pay for it.
Even though we have no indication the death of Simon Collins was anything more sinister than suicide, you're suggesting that we started finding something which may or may not have happened 6 years
It
ago.
might have something to do with Simon Collins' death.
Of which we know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Riley, what do you think? I'd like to talk about those Collins again. Jack, well, yeah, we can basically don't do that, and I might have a word with Chopper, see what he's dug up. No. Get me posted. Obviously not occurred to you that I have lost my son.
So let's just take a look at a sample Pomodoro. So let's say that you want to write a blog. Let's say you want to write a book. Let's say you want to find prospects who might be interested in a product that you have or service that you have. So your first Pomodoro might be research. Do some research on the topic that you want to deliver, research on the product that you want to promote, research on the book that you're writing, and create just a very basic outline for the blog post. And if you need help with learning how to do that, you might want to go to YouTube and search for how to create an outline for an upcoming blog post, or how to create an outline for a workshop, or whatever it is. Ask AI. But what you're going to do is you're going to spend 25 minutes doing your research, working on your outline. And if you need a Pomodoro for just the research, then set your Pomodoro up for just research. And then maybe your next Pomodoro would be start the outline or create the outline. But in this example, your next Pomodoro would be write the introduction in the first section. If you're writing a book, maybe it would be write the introduction. Maybe it would be the first chapter or whatever the case may be. And then your third Pomodoro might be write the middle sections or a paragraph or whatever. You have to decide because you know who you are and you know how much time it takes you to complete certain things that you're doing in your business. And then the final Pomodoro might be write the conclusion and revise. And now you're going to take a 20-minute break. So this is, remember, this is a Pomodoro 1, 2, 3 that are 25 minutes long each with a 30-minute break. Okay? I mean, a 5-minute break. And then your last Pomodoro, which is the same, it's a 25-minute, but you're going to take a 20-minute break. So if you add all that up, that comes out to 90 minutes, a little 90 minutes, 100, would they say 100 and what was it? 100 minutes of focused work. So look at it in when you're setting up your goals and your tasks for your Pomodoros, consider the time period that you want to spend on each task. And again, if you find that you're running out of time, go back and redo your Pomodoro schedule. Redo your task schedule. Be flexible, and that's the beauty of this process. It's flexible. And you can stop when you're done with the timer. Take a break. If you didn't complete your first Pomodoro, maybe go back and do that one over again and pick up where you left off. But don't consider yourself as a failure because you didn't complete the work that you had intended during that first Pomodoro, that first 25 minutes. Give yourself grace because as you work through this process, you're going to become more familiar with who you are, how you work, how you can maintain your activities in the time period that you're allotting yourself, rather than focusing on, I don't have enough time. I need more time. You only have 24 hours in a day. You have to decide how you want to use them and how you can stay focused. So I hope this has been helpful, and I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. And we hope that you found this method to be inspiring and ready to implement in your life. If you need any further work on this and you'd like to book a call, feel free to do that. I'll be happy to sit down with you for a free 30-minute call to discuss this. And if you need to book something to help you get going so that you're starting to be consistent, we can talk about that too, because I'm wishing you all the best in your productivity pursuits. Thank you for being here. So thank you, everybody, for being here today for the Pomodoro technique. Now we would like to open the floor for some questions and answers. Do you have specific questions? Did you take some notes? Did you write down your questions? Did you put something in the chat? Let me go look and see if anyone has put anything in the chat that they would like to go back and relook at and address. Because we're here to serve. We're here to help you. We're here for you to get the breakthrough that you need in your business so that you can serve your audience and make the income that you deserve and that you desire in your life that you live. Coach Margene here. Mwah.